All right, everyone. So Paul Heyman talked about why it's awesome to work with Triple H. Paul Levesque is a very interesting chief content officer. I've worked with many different CCOs. I've worked with many different executive producers. I've worked with many different showrunners, and he is by far the most collaborative. He understands the buck stops with him, and he has to make a decision, and he doesn't waver from that at all. But at the same time, he's very open to starting on a different page than he envisioned. For a long time in this industry, the lead writer, the head writer, the booker starts with a blank piece of paper, and from that blank piece of paper then comes the vision of what the storylines are going to be that lead to the payoff. Paul Levesque can walk into the room with a blank piece of paper and say, okay, where are we headed? Let me hear some opinions. Pitch me, seduce me, inspire me, motivate me, hook me on something. So, yeah, I mean, look, I've been very happy with how Triple H has rolled with this, because he's done a phenomenal job through tough circumstances. But I think the fact that Triple H is a former wrestler and he wrestled at the highest level, I think it helps him. He understands probably, okay, I remember when I was on the other side of this, when I was so frustrated that I wanted the story to be told this way, but I just couldn't have it told this way. The bosses were telling me the story couldn't be told this way. And if I had it my way, it would have been a better story. He probably also understands that there were times when, as a talent, he didn't know what was best necessarily for his career. And he probably gets that too. So he understands, look, I got to be the boss. I got to have a vision for the whole company. And I have to kind of see above what might be kind of the self interest of each wrestler. He also understands that these wrestlers understand their story that they want to tell better than anybody because they're solely focused on that. And so, kind of being able to fit both of those and have, you don't want to be so strict and not listening to everybody, that you're missing great opportunities and just, kind of hurting their careers and stuff like that. But you also don't want to be so lenient that you're just getting walked over. I mean, this is like WCW, right? Eric Bischoff. I mean, this was because of contracts, but when you have creative control clauses and stuff like that where people could just decide what they want to do, it doesn't allow for a great wrestling product because what happens? Everybody's in it for themselves. You need a mix of both. And I think Triple H being on both sides, he gets that. And someone like Paul Heyman, you know, he's someone who can get it better than anybody. He's been at every, part in the business, especially behind the scenes. He's been a manager, he's been running ECW, right? When he was in EC, so he's done it all really, and now he just helps build these. He takes a star and makes them into a megastar. That's kind of what he does now. And so I thought this was a pretty awesome thing to hear because this is about WWE and how it's going to be gaining success, and they got to keep this. You can't go too far in one direction. If you go too far in one direction, you lose it. So thank you all for watching.